the Dallas Police Department is investigating after its own officers were caught on body cam laughing at a disabled Army veteran who accidentally urinated on himself.
You guys made a guy.
That video was played before the Community Police Oversight Board. Dynell Lane says he was refused access to the bathrooms at Sirius Pizza in Deep Ellum. Lane was injured in combat in his lower extremities, and he says he tried to get help from two off-duty uniformed officers by showing them his medical paperwork, but says they brushed him off.
And it's been a constant fight having to explain myself about my disability just to get assistance from public servants and private businesses while I'm out and about. This battle leaves me in constant depression and suicidal at times because of the shame of asking strangers for help.
Under Ali's law in Texas, people with certain medical conditions can be allowed access to restrooms that are not public if they can show they have a medical disability. We did reach out to Sirius Pizza, but we haven't heard back.
Because this is an investigation, just my opinion, all things alleged. But yes, in my opinion, this is a very, very cruel and sick game punishment that was brought up on this man. You'll hear at the very end of the video, and ain't no telling what else was said and shed light upon. Ain't no telling what else. But at the very tail end of this video, you will hear that officer say, he called back and said, "That's okay. I soiled on myself." That's the part that got me. That's the part that got me. I felt that. And I'm like, this is a really, really messed up situation. Where is the compassion? Where is the empathy? I thought that it existed, that officers had some type of protect and serve commitment, not only to the community, the citizens that they were sworn in by, but I thought it was a bond between military officers of some sort. But to just intentionally mock someone who has a medical condition, who was asked, this veteran asked, this disabled veteran asked, could he use the bathroom? This was not your typical bathroom situation because he's diagnosed with urinary incontinence and also bowel incontinence. Therefore, he needed to render personal care to himself to be able to clean himself the best that he could without being in the elements of a restaurant or having to go outside. I don't know what he did or where he went, but the fact that you can see that these officers are openly laughing, joking, having a good time, going back and forth, discussing it. I'm like, okay, it might be somebody in their family that has a medical condition as such, but that person may be too embarrassed to talk about it or to let their family member know. But it sounds like those officers, they need to be educated on, they do need to be reprimanded. They do need to be spoken to, but some things I feel is just in people to be the way that they're going to be. I don't know what people get off on, but negative feeds off of negativity. And it would probably be a good idea to look into the records, the police records of who has been arrested by them, because as far as what I can see of their character, it's just not in line with, again, human to human connection, human to human respect, humanity, empathy. Once again, where has it gone to? What is so funny about this disabled vet? And he had his medical record. Now, I don't know who carries around their medical record when they have a diagnosis, but you know, that could also be that's private. You know, not everybody goes around just, but if he was okay with that, he was okay with that. But it's so sad that he was so prepared, but it didn't help him. There's also a law that was spoken about, Allie's Law, in the state of Texas, where this incident happened at. That didn't help either. So it may be a situation with the American Disability Act where they can get involved. He might even sue. Who knows? But the pizza place, Serious Pizza, they did apologize and they did ask that those officers not return to do security at that restaurant. But, you know, I have known of bathroom cards, but again, I've also heard of people also saying, you know, when it's their business, their place of business, it's up to the business owner to say whether or not if those cards can be acknowledged, even if you have a medical diagnosis. But you see in situations that it is a law called Allie's Law that is honored in Texas, and he is speaking out about it. And that's the thing, y'all. We really have to advocate ourselves, get to know the laws for ourselves, know about the medical side, the law enforcement side as much as we can. And in doing so, it's a win for you, it's a win for me, it's a win just like all together. If we can just make situations better on ourselves, it does help to speak out. But it's like you go to war, you dedicate your life to serve, you enlist, you go to whatever branch, and to come back home after you've done your tour and served and be treated. And you know, it does shed light on how veterans are sometimes looked at. I don't know if they knew if he was a veteran or not. I don't know. But it does shed light on the mental state that people sometimes go through. He said it was embarrassing. The homelessness that, you know, sometimes veterans are faced with. So hopefully this will make some noise, that some things will be resolved to keep moving forward. But again, I didn't know about any Allie's Law. So anybody that needs to look into that, definitely do. But again, it really didn't help him in that situation. But again, he's speaking out, and that's the main thing. So it's still important that we get to know stuff as well.
What do you guys call making that one hole? Somebody calling out one of the systems. So
You guys made a guy.
yeah.
You guys would have let him use the restroom, and then he calls back and said it's okay, he doesn't need to because he soiled